Members of the City Council, welcome. Staff and visitors, welcome. People who are visiting us online, we're great to have you. This is a regular meeting of the City Council, the City of Waverly in the great state of Iowa. Today is Monday, March 17th. It is 7 o'clock. This meeting is called to order. Would you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Council, your city clerk has prepared for you an agenda. It has been presented to you. Can I have a motion?
Move to approve the agenda as presented.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor, this is a voice vote. Any discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That passes unanimously. And if you're keeping score tonight, we are down by 3.
We got quorum.
We do have a quorum, but not by much. So votes tonight will be a total of 4 voters. Okay, item D. Council, the city clerk has prepared for you minutes of our last meeting, which was held on March 3, 2025. Is there a motion?
I will move approval of the March 3rd, 2025 regular meeting minutes.
Thank you.
Second.
Any discussion? That's going to be a voice vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That passed unanimously. Let me introduce to you our guest council person for this month, Mr. Bill Root. You go with Root or Root?
However you want to say it. It goes whatever way. I'm comfortable either way.
Okay, Root it is.
Okay, that works.
And you're a downtown, you were invited by Councilperson Jones, but he's not able to
Yes.
be here tonight. So tell us about your business downtown. Wrap them up.
Yeah, just around the corner pretty much. We do promotional products, a lot of apparel, mainly what we do. Decorating, apparel decorating for a lot of businesses, some schools, but a lot of businesses.
Great, thank you, and thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
You got to be careful giving the mayor pronunciation permission. He says crick.
That is true. It is crick. Friends, this is the date, time, and place for a public hearing on meeting resolution 2534, a resolution on the matter of the proposed reallocation of $569,162.67 of unspent proceeds of the general obligation bond series 2023. The mayor and city council will entertain any comments. After all comments, the hearing will be declared closed and the following action will be considered. Madam Clerk, have you received any written or oral public comments?
I have not, Your Honor.
Is there anyone who would rise to address this resolution? I see none, therefore this public hearing is closed. Is there a motion from the council?
I would move to approve resolution 2534, a resolution instituting proceedings to take additional action and approving the reallocation of certain unspent proceeds of the general obligation bond series 2023 of the city of Waverly, Iowa.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
And this is just, we bonded for a couple things and ended up not needing the full amount of that. And so rather than just pay the portion back and borrow additional funds again, we're just going to use those funds.
To save us from
Another.
getting out another bond.
Right, to save us from borrowing anything or doing an additional borrowing. We're just going to spend what's already been budgeted. And
Yes, sir, that's correct. And if these were similar items to what was budgeted for in the first place or bonded for, we would not have to do a reallocation resolution. But since they are slightly different, they were not part of the OS that went out, you do have to reallocate, which is why we have the hearing. Bal's kind of laid out all the different things we're going to use them for. All of them are projects that are in the budget. This is a different source of funding for it. And part of that is 2024 bond is in here as well. Things that were completed and there was a little bit left, so it's not just 2023. But this is necessary anytime we want to apply bond proceeds instead of going back to debt. And then you're paying issuance all over again, where we've already done it once, we might as well utilize what we have.
So this is quite the laundry list of different things that can be done with this. Are these actual, like, everything in here refers to a specific project, or is this just to be like, these are all the different types of things that we might use it
It's
for?
very broad to allow
Okay.
you to make these changes without having to do hearings, but every so
Okay.
often you get into something very distinct to where it's not really covered enough that the attorneys feel comfortable saying, yep, that's okay.
Okay.
We had that conversation with Olives and Cooney, and they decided, you know what, let's just reallocate these pieces, because they're not exactly included in that OS statement from before.
I mean, I see the pedestrian underpasses and overpasses, and I don't remember what project that's referring to.
Again, it's pretty standard
Right.
language.
It's
to allow that to happen.
it's just a laundry list standard language, okay.
So when you were doing the beacons out on the Parkway, that could have been overpass as
Right.
well,
Sure.
underpass, you can qualify it in that, and still
Right.
kind of be in
Oh,
the same
I know,
situation.
there are things we have done this before, but I wasn't
Yes.
sure, I don't remember us having discussed that in the
So
near
these all
future.
fall without, or with, around that area, but not exactly enough. They felt like we could just reallocate.
Okay.
So this at least solidifies it legally and puts it in writing, this is how it got to be paid for from this instead of this. It prevents you from borrowing a bunch of money and then completely doing something else with it.
Oh, yeah.
That you said you weren't gonna do, and that's how you get around that.
Okay.
Any more discussion? You ready to vote? All those in favor, this is a roll call vote. Carla, go ahead.
Bergen.
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
Rafi.
Yes.
Wolf. Yes.
That passed 4-0. We're now on to G, public comments on items not on the agenda. If you have something you'd like to talk to the council about that is not on the agenda, now is the time. Please come to the microphone. I see no one, so we move on. That takes us to H, which is the consent calendar. Friends, you've got 6 items in front of you, and I would entertain a motion to take them all at once.
I'll move approval of the consent calendar as presented.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? We're back to voice votes now. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That passed unanimously. Thank you. Item G, regular business, number 1. This is Resolution 2535, a resolution proposing an amendment to the City Employee Handbook, Section 8-5, sick leave. Can I have a motion?
Move to approve Resolution 25-35, a resolution authorizing an amendment to the City Employee Handbook, Section 8-5, sick leave.
Thank you.
Second.
We're on the table. Any discussion?
I didn't know if Danielle wanted to make any comments, or James. I mean, it's well-written and, easy to understand, but maybe some
Well, I
background.
guess briefly, as we go through different parts of the handbook and you start looking at benefits, there are times when it's not clear what people should and should not use certain areas for, sick leave especially. This will categorize that and break it out separately, so you'll have certain things for certain amounts, and then it rolls into other areas if you're not using it. It's complicated because you're trying to solve an issue of people that aren't using it correctly, and also trying to provide what you have currently established as a need. So it is difficult to understand. We've had a lot of input from employees, a lot of questions. We will continue to work to try and answer those questions. We're not taking anything away by any means. We're just reallocating how it should look, and it makes better sense when you're trying to utilize this going forward, because otherwise you may have a completely different interpretation of it from a different manager or an employee versus what someone else is seeing, and that gets to be much more confusing. So this will solidify everything, make it consistent throughout, and just adds another layer of where we'd like to see certain totals of sick time be allocated.
And this is not something that's negotiable within the
No.
the collective
The
bargaining.
only group that has that would be the police department, and they are not affected by this.
Because the policemen never get sick.
Well, no, they're tough. Okay, any other discussion? Are you ready to vote? All right, this would be a roll call vote. Carla?
Kangas.
Yes.
Rafi.
Yes.
Wolf.
Yes.
Bergen.
Yes.
That passed 4-0. Item 2, Resolution 2536. This is a resolution proposing an amendment to the City Employee Handbook, Section 7, timekeeping and compensation. Is there a motion?
I will move approval of Resolution 25-36, authorizing an amendment to the City Employee Handbook, Section 7, timekeeping and compensation.
Second.
Thank you. Discussion.
I assume this was worked on the same time as the previous resolution, and these are all kind of just to clean up language and make it cleaner.
It was. I'll let Danielle expand on that.
This is something that was actually brought up by our Labor Management Committee. It's a group of employees, or I guess management and then labor union employees. And they wanted a bulk amount of time rather than a premium per hour that they're working, which makes more sense and actually ends up being easier to program in UKG. So we've just kind of adjusted the amount that they're being paid for on-call pay.
So this might be like snowplow, streets crew, anybody who has to come in after hours typically?
It's actually like our water department, they're on call in case there's a main break.
Yeah.
Previously, they weren't being paid for that time, and so we started applying a small premium for the hours that they were working, which is kind of the opposite of what we maybe should have been doing, but now they're just getting a bulk amount for each hour that they're on call. And instead of applying it as an hourly rate, we're just giving them a
Yeah,
flat amount each
yeah.
day.
So that's like if they're on call, whether or not they get called in, we
Right.
give them a little stipend?
Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
Because they like can't really leave town or something if they're on call.
Right, yeah,
so-
right, yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Danielle. Any other discussion? Are you ready to vote? This is a roll call vote. Carla?
Rafi?
Yes.
Wolf?
Yes.
Bergen?
Yes.
Kangas?
Yes.
That passed unanimously. Taking us to item 3, which is Resolution 2537. This is a resolution approving the purchase of First Home Park playground equipment and authorizing the mayor to sign the quote. Is there a motion to bring this to table?
I would move approval of Resolution 2537, a resolution approving purchase of First Home Park playground equipment from Play Pro Recreation of Clive, Iowa, in the amount of $90,508, and authorize the mayor to sign the quote.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Again, just a reminder that the vast majority of this is being covered by insurance. And I had a good presentation, I thought, this morning on K-Way, because I brought diagrams and charts to show
On the radio.
on the radio, yeah. I think
Nice.
people really enjoyed that.
Well, it was good.
Because they could really see a picture of the park and play equipment. It was, yeah.
Good for you.
Any other discussion?
I like
I
And
think
it
it.
sounds like,
to-
oh, I was say the neighborhood weighed in, and it's good that they were polled, and it
Yep.
looks good.
As
Is
I say,
it
we
fireproof?
I'm sorry?
Is it fireproof?
You know, that was one of the things that they asked for, or comments were on the survey. I don't believe it is fireproof,
Okay.
but, no, we were actually really happy with the feedback that we got from
Yeah.
the neighborhood because, when we put out the request for that, we didn't know how many we'd get back, and we actually got probably about 33% back, which
It's pretty
I
good.
thought was pretty good for,
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
feedback from them.
Is it gonna have a base of wood chips like before, underneath the equipment?
It will, yep,
Okay.
it'll be the manufactured wood fiber.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, the price would double if it was more of a solid firm place put in, but it just lets you see how much playground costs.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not something
Not
small
cheap.
when these assets burn or when they are vandalized. It's $100,000 to replace them. And I don't know if people realize that. That's what these things cost now.
Yeah.
I'd just like to thank the Leisure Services Commission for doing a good job of kind of planning it, getting the feedback, putting everything together. So I know it's a lot of work, so I'm thank you for the job they did.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun. It's a really nice plan. The survey from the residents, as I recall, they really wanted slides, they really wanted swings. One of the other things they really wanted were park benches for mom, dad, grandma, grandpa to sit and watch the kids play. And that's not in the proposal because, well, A, they're expensive, but B, people like to give park benches.
Yeah.
So I would invite people to consider, we would really like to have some park benches there, and if you're looking to memorialize a loved one, or memorialize yourself, or...
Honor somebody.
Yeah, honor
Yeah.
somebody, whatever makes you happy. If you'd like to sponsor a bench, the bench and all included, installed, right?
Correct.
Is $1,300, Garrett?
That's correct, yep.
Yep.
Can they donate through the community foundation and get a tax credit? Or does it go into the liquid fund?
That would just go into the liquid fund.
Yeah.
It's just something
Still
through our
deductible.
office.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also appreciate that this park is not like every other park in town. I appreciate having different parks serving different communities so that, that's their local park, that's the one they'll go to, but not every park is exactly the same. So it gives you kind of a reason to go to different parks, so there's not duplication of joy.
Exactly, and with this one, we're going with a few brighter colors and that stuff there too, you can see.
And will the sidewalk be put in right after the equipment is installed? Because I think, you're having the swing that's accessible, so it'll be necessary to have a sidewalk. So
Correct, and
that-
actually, by state law, any new park, or if you're, updating this playground and park, needs to have a sidewalk
Okay.
that goes to it. So, we have that planned, that'll probably be done in-house, we'll see where we're at on things.
Okay, good.
Any other discussion, council? This will be a roll call vote. Carla, can we have your help with that?
Wolf,
Yes.
Bergen,
Yes.
Kangas,
Yes.
Rafi.
Yep.
That passed unanimously. Item 4, this is Resolution 2538. This is a resolution accepting the Waverly Public Library addition and renovation project as complete and approving final payment. Can I have a motion?
I'll move to approve Resolution 25-38, a resolution accepting the Waverly Public Library addition and renovation project as complete and approving pay request number 15 as final payment in the amount of $40,110.23 to Huff Contracting of Waterloo, Iowa.
Second,
It's up for discussion.
glad it's done.
I know. Yeah.
And I think it's worth saying again, not that much Waverly taxpayer money went into this project. I believe that's $700,000. All the rest was grants or money raised or whatever. Yeah, whatever Sarah found under the
Seat
cushions.
cushions, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a really nice addition for hardly any money at all. I'm really happy with that. Okay, any other discussion? All righty, you appear ready to vote. Carla?
Bergen,
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
Rafi,
Yes.
Wolf.
Yes.
That passed unanimously. Number 5. Resolution 2539, a resolution awarding the Waverly Civic Center limestone columns repair project and approving contract and certification of insurance and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract. Can I have a motion?
I will move approval of Resolution 25-39, a resolution awarding the Waverly City Center limestone columns repair project to Mott Construction of Sumner, Iowa, for the bid amount of $18,400, and approving contract and certificate of insurance, and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract.
Second.
We're on the table. Any discussion? I see none.
good.
Ready to vote? Carla?
Kangas,
Yes.
Rafi.
Yes.
Wolf,
Yes.
Bergen.
Yes.
That passed unanimously. Number 6, Resolution 2540, a resolution awarding the Waverly Civic Center flooring replacement project and approving contract and certificate of insurance and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract. Is there a motion out there?
I'll move to approve Resolution 25-40, a resolution awarding the Waverly Civic Center flooring replacement project to B&J Flooring of Waverly, Iowa for the bid amount of $7,046.06 and approving contract and certificate of insurance and authorizing the mayor to sign the contract.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
It's always nice when it's local.
It's
Yeah.
nice, I suppose there was only one bid.
Yeah.
I really have no clue if this is a good price. Is this typical?
It's within our estimates that we'd have gotten.
Excellent.
There's a number of different areas that are gonna be addressed, in different locations, and I just think timing wise, some indoor
Oh,
work
sure.
is good to get.
Oh, yeah.
But not everybody wants to do that tile removal, tile replacement. It's just
Sure.
a little bit more, but, no, we were very happy with the bid amounts, actually.
So I was hoping
What we're
Julie
gonna
would be
accomplish.
here so we could use her expertise. in
Yeah.
Well, there
flooring,
you go. You can call her, she's in Greece.
but- Oh.
Might take a minute to get there, but you can call her.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 2 AM there? Okay.
She's probably still up. You can call her.
Any other discussion? Carla, let's have a roll call vote.
Rafi,
Yes.
Wolf,
Yes.
Bergen,
Yes.
Kangas.
Yes.
That passed unanimously. We're at item 7, which is 2541, a resolution approving a proposal from Short Elliott Hendrickson Incorporated to begin engineering and surveying of the 39th Street Northeast paving project. Can I have a motion to bring this up?
Move to approve Resolution 25-41, a resolution approving a proposal from Short Elliott Hendrickson Incorporated of Mason City, Iowa, to begin engineering and surveying of the 39th Street Northeast paving project for a not-to-exceed amount of $72,900.
Thank you.
Second.
We'll give that to Brian. Any discussion?
Have we used this engineering firm before?
We've not.
Okay.
So-
So why did we choose them?
We are looking to branch out to do some different services, and we've met with Senior Engineer Becky Schwab is here from SEH, if you have questions, but we have been looking at different firms for different things, and their background and experience, I know a lot of people have worked with them, very highly regarded, so we thought we'd give them a chance to go ahead and do a project like this.
Any other discussion? Are you ready to vote? Carla?
Wolf,
Yes.
Bergen,
Yes.
Kangas,
Yes.
Rafi.
Yes.
That passed unanimously. Which brings us, of course, to item 8. This is the first reading of ordinance 1163, an ordinance amending section 105.4.11, parking fines of chapter 105 of the Waverly Municipal Code of Ordinances. Can I have a motion?
I'll move to approve the first reading of ordinance 1163 and ordinance amending section 105.4.11, parking fines of chapter 105 of the Waverly Municipal Code of Ordinances.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
We're just starting over because of typos and
Well,
a few corrections.
Language.
Yep,
No.
wordsmithing.
looks
Okay.
good.
Does that mean you have no discussion?
We had our say last
We
time.
had our,
Yeah, we did. Okay. Carla, let's have a roll call.
Bergen,
Yes.
Kangas,
Yes.
Rafi.
yes.
Wolf.
Yes.
That passed unanimously. That takes us on to number 9. This is approval of mayoral appointments. Can I have a motion?
I would move to approve the mayoral appointments of Robert Frederick to be reappointed to the Municipal Airport Commission for a term ending May 1st, 2030. David Huser to be reappointed to the Planning and Zoning Commission for a term ending May 1st, 2030. Vicki Green to be reappointed to the Civil Service Commission for a term ending May 1st, 2030. And Jeff Ellens to be appointed to the Municipal Housing Commission to fill a vacancy for a term ending January 1st, 2027.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion?
I just want to thank people who volunteer to serve in these commissions, because it's what makes the city run.
Yes, it is. Anything else? You seem prepared? This will be a voice vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? That passed unanimously. Item H, the reports from boards and commissions are in front of you. Any questions or discussion? Staff update, James?
Brief update tonight, sir.
Golf course opened last Wednesday for the season, so it'll be open, weather pending as we get through the rest of March here. April 26th, we are planning the grand opening of the all-inclusive playground at Cedar River Park. We'll have a small ceremony. Soft Surfaces, who were the folks who installed the tile, have offered to provide some food and drink. And then Kiwanis will be serving that food and drinks. So we're happy with that partnership there. Should be a fun event, and we're thinking that the bookmobile is going to come out as well. So moving on, we received word last week that Waverly has received the Tree City USA Award and also the Growth Award. So there's a ceremony, luncheon in Ankeny on April 3rd that we'll be attending to receive those awards. And along with the April 3rd ceremony, Paul Cheville, Public Grounds Superintendent, is going to be recognized as an outstanding professional in Iowa by the Iowa Urban Tree Council. So good recognition for Paul as well.
And when is that? When did
That
you
is
say?
April 3rd.
Okay. And is that out of town?
It's in
Someplace?
Ankeny.
Okay. What, do you have a time on the grand opening for the playground?
Oh, I apologize. Yes, we're planning on 11 to 1,
Okay.
and we'll have the ceremony at 11:30. Sorry, I skipped right
No,
past
that's
that
all right.
part.
Thanks.
That's all I've got.
That's all we have tonight, sir.
All right, thank you. Councilperson Berrigan, remarks?
A couple things on my mind. So, something that Garrett can probably clarify. I know there's a fruit tree pruning, class this Thursday at the orchard, at 7 PM, is that correct?
I believe it's at 5.
At 5, okay,
Yes.
where anyone can come along and learn how to trim trees,
That's
fruit
correct.
trees.
Pruning of fruit trees put on by Bremer County Extension.
Yes, so, and they can always use people who are eager to learn and eager to help. So, feel free to turn out, especially if the weather's nice. I believe this Sunday is the Pancake Lions Breakfast in the 4-H building. This may be the last one in the 4-H building, you never know. So if you want to if you're nostalgia for eating pancakes in the 4-H building, put that on your list. And I will be at the Bramer Avenue Brewery after the meeting to discuss politics with anyone who'd like to share a beer. Well, drink their own beer, not share mine. Get your own beer.
It's important to clarify that.
Yeah.
You never know.
Councilperson Kangas.
I'm good tonight.
Councilperson Ann.
I can't think of a better person to be honored for trees than Paul Chabille. He's awesome. Thanks to Becky for driving down from Mason City. Looking forward to working with your firm, and that's all I got.
Councilperson Wolf.
Think tonight.
Okay. All righty. Guest councilperson, do you have any comments or observations you care to share at this time?
The only one I would have is, I'm not sure, where's the new park, where's that at? What we was talking about?
The First Home Edition?
Yes.
You know the railroad tracks by the
Yeah.
dialysis center, by the hospital, right across there, about 1 block on
Okay.
your left.
Okay.
So
Right in that
two
neighborhood.
blocks north of the high school,
Okay.
like the Hartsville parking lot mostly.
Yeah, unfortunately, that burned down, and this is
Okay.
insurance money is
Yeah.
replacing
Okay,
it.
okay. Yeah, I didn't know where that one was at. I know there's a lot of parks in town, I didn't know for sure where that one was at.
Good. All righty. Mayor's comments. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody. I hope everybody celebrates and celebrates well and celebrates responsibly. Have a wonderful evening. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Move that we adjourn.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And opposed? We are adjourned.